How's it going, Funko fans? Welcome back to Funko Friday. This is episode 24. I was gonna say 23. Uh, we're doing kind of a repeat, I guess. This is a new version of the character. I promise this will be the last Boba Fett for pretty much forever, unless they make a better one than this. But this is Boba Fett, specifically from The Empire Strikes Back. And this is part of the new 2024 line, Fett Legacy, which you get 4 pops in this line. And this one's pretty awesome. Actually, they're all awesome. But this is the one that I kind of needed to have because I love this version of him. I was specifically looking for this movie version of him. They finally made him. I think they've made him in the past, but it wasn't nearly as good as this one. But yeah, here's the box. We got a couple pops in the back. We'll compare later. But yeah, this is the 3rd Boba Fett that I've gotten. Probably would be the last. I don't really see any point to getting another one unless it, blows this one out of the water. But I doubt that'll happen. Here's the box. Not too different. You can see the front of him. You got the glow-in-the-dark feature. That little sticker. Again, Fett Legacy. That's new for this year. We've got the side, which is particularly cool because it shows the Slave 1 schematics, the actual readout of the ship. That's super cool. And you can see the top, side, bottom. It's not really that different from other boxes, but what is nice is you can see the line consists of 4 pops in total. We've got Boba Fett from The Mandalorian Season 2. We've got The Empire Strikes Back. And then we've got Attack of the Clones, young Boba Fett, which is really nice. I actually love that movie. It gets a lot of hate, but yeah, just my thoughts. And also you get Jango Fett from Attack of the Clones as well. So that's pretty awesome. I'm tempted to get the Jango Fett. I don't know. I'm feeling like the pose, it could be a little bit better for that one, because that's based in the arena where there's a ton of action, just a cavalcade of action going on in that whole section of the film. I just think it would have been nicer to get like one where he's like pointing his gun. I don't know. But that one's a maybe. But yeah, the other ones are great. The Mandalorian one is super cool for that one, and they're all really good pops. I just think that this one is probably the one that'll be the most popular. I'm guessing because it's based on Episode 5. But yeah, the box is pretty nice for this one. And oh yeah, one more thing. This has an insert, which is great. I love the pops that have the insert. This one's got a shiny silver Mythosaur logo. So it's like the logo on Fett's shoulder, which is really cool. Just a really nice little touch that they put in there. So that's nice. So if you buy this pop, you'll get that piece. So that's cool. And there's a couple of Boba Fetts in the back. We'll take a look at them later. It's just mainly for comparison's sake. But yeah, here he is. Amazing detail with this one. And you got to see it in person. Here's a 360. Essentially, he does have a special feature. He glows in the dark. I will say, unfortunately, the whole figure doesn't glow in the dark. I think that would be too much. But I don't know, the leg, like this, like from here to here, like it's basically the top of the ankle and then the feet. Essentially, that's the part that glows in the dark, which is a little disappointing. I feel like it could have been a little bit, more, parts that could have glowed in the dark, but whatever. It doesn't really bother me. It's just something that could have been done, but it's all right. The detail is great. He does have a stand. He's permanently on the stand. So if you're wanting to take him off, I wouldn't. I'm not going to do that. But you can see that the stand is based on Cloud City. It's the freezing chamber, floor. So it's the grating that was on the ground when he was standing next to Vader. And it's such a cool, touch. This does glow in the dark. All this yellow glowy stuff. It's really cool. And it makes him look like he's lit up from the bottom. And it's his iconic pose when he's holding his gun in the chamber when Han gets frozen. And he's next to Vader. And he's just standing there. It's just so... His look is so unique compared to the other, characters in that scene. And it just makes him stand out. And he's really great in this version. He does bobble his head, so that's, you know, standard Funko practice. But it is really nice to see. Just the detail on this thing is ridiculous. There's just so much going on with this guy. When I saw him in person, I was taken aback by just how, like, well, like, how cool this version of him is. And I know all the Boba Fett's in the past, like Funkos, have been great, but there's just something like epic about this one. I don't know, big fan of it. I like the fact that he's got his rifle. It's like posed like he's about to, you know, shoot someone, and he's got his gun cradled, you know, in case someone, you know, tries to take a move on Vader. He's gonna snipe him, and it's just a really cool effect. I also really like the touch that a lot of this figure has yellow paint because it's glow in the dark, so you can see a lot of bright, you know, colors with his suit, and it's just a really nice touch. Obviously, the standard Boba Fett suit, you know, features are here. You've got the armor and, you know, the Wookiee braids and the jetpack, of course. It's on his back. He's got his armor pads and his cape, all his boots, all his standard jumpsuit stuff. You know, standard stuff. But, you know, it just looks really nice with the yellow paint. I think it just adds a nice flavor. And yeah, it's really well designed. It's really well detailed, matching his Empire suit. Because if you didn't know, Return of the Jedi has a different look for him, whereas Empire is definitely more of a bluish tint to his costume. And yeah, I just think it's really cool. Like lots of his details, like his journeyman logo up there. You got his like digital readouts, some bullet holes, and just such a dope design. There is his logo on the side of his shoulder pad. His cape is really nicely done. Like he's just standing there, but it's just really epic. And just the way it's just perfectly accurate to his look in the film. And his helmet is the best part, I think. Pretty much just standard. He's got a bunch of battle scars and a bunch of, you know, beat up paint chipping and all this, like, great, you know, markings and moldings and the red with the green and the black, and the visor is perfectly shaped. You got a little bit of lighting on the bottom, and you got his antenna, and the back of him is the air vents, and, like, it's just so, like, well done. I especially love the bullet hole on the far right. It's really, really nice. I have, like, nothing bad to say. Like, there's nothing, like, no paint scars, no paint chipping, no bad molding lines. It's just well made for what it is. I am tempted to maybe go back and get the Boba Fett from the Bounty Hunter scene, the lineup scene, but I feel like that one's kind of hard to find now, and it's also like $25, so that's probably gonna be a no, at least for now. Like, maybe if it goes on clearance, but it's pretty much just the same as this, except it's from that specific scene where Vader calls all the bounty hunters. I was tempted to get all of those, but then again, it would be a lot, and also, it'd just be, like, a lot of figures, like, laying around in big boxes, so that's probably going to be a no. But it's just really cool that they're showing more love to Boba Fett, especially from the older films. So I just feel like that's missing. But yeah, phenomenal, just work with this one. There's the bottom if you care. But yeah, just perfect. This is the Boba Fett that I wanted. Although to start, because you see some in the back. We'll take a look at those briefly. Here's the original Boba Fett Funko Pop. At least I'm pretty sure, 90% sure. This is the OG design. I think it's a reissue, but it's the same. It's the same figure, and you can see obviously way different, longer antenna, kind of a cartoony-ish design with this one. This one's based on Return of the Jedi, so it's different costume, different pose. This is back when Funko didn't do the specific poses. This is back when they just did a single pose for every figure, and it suffers. I think they definitely have upped the game. The detail is still there. You can take this one off the stand, but it's a decent one. But definitely outclassed for sure by this one, for sure. I just thought I'd bring him in. I did a video on him already. And then this one is from the Book of Boba. The Book of Boba Fett. Sorry, It's a little confusing. Yeah, this one is newer. This one's really nice. It's got a darker helmet, darker colors because it's based on the show. This one's definitely in a bit of a more of an action pose. Lots of good detail with this one. I picked this one up for like $6, so that was a great deal. I definitely think the new one is way better because it's specific to Empire. That's like the reason why I got it. But yeah, I'm not gonna get rid of this one because this one's really nice. I just prefer this new one. I think it's a lot nicer, but this one's cool too. So I just thought I'd compare. Just why not? Because we got them all, not all of them, but just some of them. Definitely would recommend. Just based on the quality, I highly recommend. In fact, I'd recommend any of them from this new Fett Legacy line. I just think it's really dope that they're going back and making, a couple from Attack of the Clones and, making one from The Mandalorian and Empire, obviously, and just. It's cool that they're going back and making some older ones that we never got and redesigning Jango Fett and just they're showing some more love to the Fetts, which I just think is really nice. And if I get the Jango Fett one, you'll know about it. But for now, probably not. But if you want to see it, I probably will. Yeah, I think it's just one of the top three Boba Fetts. I mean, probably the one from the Bounty Hunter scene is probably another one that's up there, and then there's one that's flying with him, like from Jedi, where he's like flying around. That one's awesome. There's some really good ones, and yeah, I think it's great. Highly recommend if you can find it. He's getting hard to find now because they're all really popular, pun intended. And also they're flying off the shelves because it's Boba Fett, and that's fair. But yeah, I think it's great. I'm very happy to have it. He's going on the stack. He's going to be proudly standing, and yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. Do you like these Fett Legacy pops? What do you think of them making it a young Boba? And what are your thoughts on the films? Do you like one better than the other? And what is your favorite Boba Fett Funko? Let me know down below. We can have a little chat. But yeah, that's it. Promise this will be the last Boba Fett. I promise. We're not going to do any more for a while. But thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.